Hey, I'm Russ Edgar from Avion Overlander. This morning I'd like to show you how we make Boondock Coffee. Very simple. Since we boondock a lot of the time, we do not want anything that has to use electricity to make it. So we've come up with this system that works extremely well. First item is you need a nice little kettle, and you need a heat source. That heat source can be an indoor stove like we use, and actually in our pickup we have a big tube burner that we carry in the back that when we're tent camping, that we can use to heat the water. We use a quart of water in the kettle. As you can see, we use vinegar jugs. Excuse me. We recycle them and use them for water. We usually carry about 8 or 10 of them under the sink and under the bathroom sink. So we have water from home until we run out and have to replenish it. While that is heating, we'll need to set up the system of the coffee. I take the jar. You see, we cover our jars with an Amazon, it's a Chinese make, but from Amazon, a silicone sleeve that works really well to keep it safe when we're traveling. Yes, you can drop one on the floor if you got a good floor, and it will survive. It will not break. This, you might want to know, is an IKEA product. It's a strainer. It's 3 parts, a lip that holds it flat, and then this. Now you don't have to use what we do. We use a Walmart coffee filter, a paper one. You don't have to, but it makes cleanup much easier if you do. This is a simple, cheap coffee filter that we put in. We use a new one every day, obviously. This morning I'm going to use ground coffee. We don't normally use ground coffee, but we had some of this left over, and I thought I might as well use it today to show you how we make coffee. Simply put a couple of the spoons in. My wife bought this for me for Christmas one year, and it works fantastic. Now, water's heating. This is empty, ready for a pour over. Coffee's in, so now it's a waiting game. If you're waiting and wondering what's going on, really be happy if you would subscribe to our channel. We're new and we can use all the help we can get. Every morning I'm the one in the trailer that makes the coffee. Lynn usually sleeps in a little later than I do, so I get up. The yellow cat gets up with me. She'll be sleeping on Lynn's bed probably, and we come in. We close the bathroom door, or actually open it, so the light from here doesn't reflect back into the coach where the bed is. And I make coffee. The yellow cat and I make coffee. And then we usually sit down, take our cell phone, the one that I'm recording from here, and we check the world to see if the world is still there. Sometimes we're out. Last time we were out 45 days, so it becomes somewhere where you're saying, well, is the world still out there, is operating? We do that with coffee or at least I do with coffee every morning. I heat this until I see steam, and that's not going to be very far away. Make sure she's up as far as she'll go. Excuse me. I wait until I see steam come out from the little holes in the lid, and then I know it's extremely hot and it's ready to pour on and make coffee. As you can see, we'll have a quart of coffee when we get done. Depends on your coffee drinking mode, but that's enough coffee for our family of 2 for the entire day. I don't drink coffee except in the morning. Lynn will have a cup at lunchtime. If you have any questions or comments, you can always post them down below where the comments are. I will answer them. And it doesn't have to be about coffee. It can be anything that's relative to traveling with our Avion. Last year we spent 45 days traveling the West. This year we're going to spend about 90 days traveling the East Coast, going from here, which is in central Ohio, to Nova Scotia and on to Newfoundland. We're already have reservations for the ferry, the long ferry going one way and the short ferry coming back the second way. So if you have any questions about that, that kind of trip, what we do, how we do things, be happy to address them for you. I am very opinionated on how to do things. We're very do-it-yourselfers. We've rebuilt this coach to be just in better than factory condition, and it's a 1984, and we expect to get another 40 years out of it. There we go. We got steam. Turn it off so you don't catch your arm on fire. You can see from the camera the steam is pouring. I usually pour in a circular motion from the outer to the inner portion of the paper filter. You have to be careful that you don't pour yourself and burn your fingers. I've never done that, but I've come awfully close a couple of times. And then I make a circular motion going around and around and move towards the center till everything absolutely is saturated with hot water. If you need to reposition anything like I'm going to do right here, I simply set the kettle back on the burner. There will be enough residual heat on there to actually bring the heat up. I don't know if the camera is showing it, but water is pouring down through that filter. You can see the steam. Okay, we're done with the pouring job. It's a matter of waiting now a little bit. Put the kettle back. We'll put it back in the drawer after it's cooled down and we don't melt something. It's going through very quickly, actually, considering. We got a cup. We use these when we're making coffee or juice for the refrigerator, or coffee just to sit out. We got them on Amazon. They're a Country Line kitchen item. They work extremely well for a cap. We've never had one fail unless you forget to screw it on correctly, which I've done more than once. But once we get this, and it's just about done, brewed, I'll screw this on, and then we'll be able to pour into this cup and we'll have coffee. Well, we'll have a cup of coffee ready to drink. Looks like we're about done. Looks lovely. Okay, we have a container of coffee. When we travel, we won't finish this morning if we were actually traveling, and we just take it, put the cap on, and set it in the sink, and then at lunchtime, Lynn takes it out, puts it in the microwave, and fires it up. We have lithium batteries, 400 amp hours, so we can use our microwave when we're boondocking without any problem, as long as the sun shines at least some part of the day. All right, we've got coffee made, and we've got coffee poured. Put that in a safe place. I have a cup of coffee made without much hassle, no electricity whatsoever, and you can make this boondocking endlessly as long as you have coffee and water. You're in high grass. I want to thank you for watching. Please be safe out there.